Hey, let's go. Let's get it. It's almost showtime. Let's go. Let's get it. It's almost go time. Let's freaking go.
Hey,
What's going on?
what's going on? What's going on? How are y'all?
I'm amazing. How you doing?
I'm good,
I'm the
yo.
baby carrier.
I'm really excited for this. Like this. Babe, can you please tell us what is Bright Side Chronicles?
Well, I'm gonna attempt to tell you, and for we have an unexpected special guest with us, Agyemang, who's gonna be smashing some cheese and playing with the car in the background, guys. But the Bright Side Chronicles was created by Nana and I because we feel really passionate about spreading joy and encouraging people to find what makes them happy
Correct.
rather than listening to the traditional narrative of division and really fear-based thinking. So today and every Thursday at 7 p.m. we show up. We have guests sometimes. It's just you and me sometimes. Sometimes we have a 2-year-old cooking with us. And just have a good conversation about joy.
And we actually have a special guest. Shout out to Anna, aka Nerdy Mamas, right over here.
Hi.
Who actually
Thank you for having me.
we are beyond grateful for, but I want to show you something too. She actually gifted me these amazing workout shorts right over here. And she's gonna tell us a little bit more about herself, and we'll get into the conversation about talking about what brings you the bright side of life. So, Anna, please feel free to introduce yourself to us, tell us more about yourself, and we're looking forward to it.
Thank you guys for having me. Like you said, my name is Anna. I am actually, weirdly enough, I'm actually a cloth diaper business, but I started my brand because I wanted to give parents that like anime and nerdy stuff like a way to connect or a way to become interested in a more sustainable option. So I actually started out making diapers, as you can see here. This is my little stuff going on, but I've actually branched out significantly. Like obviously you have like the athletic shorts. I do desk pads. I do all sorts of stuff because I wanted to make it so that the brand could also grow with your family. Because like kids are only in diapers for a really short time, but like if there's something that you really really like the Dragon Ball Z one, the Eternal Dragon, this is like such a favorite. People want it in everything after their babies have like gotten out of diapers and stuff. So like it's been really fun to like just find like ways to like keep the designs on things that aren't just diapers. Because basically it starts out as a diaper, and then once I sell out, I find new ways to, you know, keep it in the shop. So there's a lot more than just diapers.
Got you. And then, so going back to that point is I've had a lot of every time I wear the shorts to the gym, people are like, yo, where'd you get that from? And it happens all the time. And it's like, ooh, I try to tap in. I'm like, yo, just look up Nerdy Mamas and I'll show them like your Instagram because I'm big about like promoting just friends.
I appreciate that. That's always so nice.
It's real shit because it's like I want people to know where to get it from. You know, like my friend Connor actually had reached out, babe. Obviously, you know Connor. He reached out and said, yo, where do you get them shorts? I'm like, bro, just tap in. So like I'm big about just promoting people that put in the work for it too, you know.
It's also been fun because like, you know, you connect with people who also like the same stuff, like anime, which is like super niche, especially when you're, you know, you become a parent and like all of your non-parent friends don't really stay your like core friends. So like, oh shoot, girl, calm down. Finding other parents to, you know, do nerdy stuff and like, you know, talk about stuff with is like really important because it's kind of hard otherwise.
Absolutely. And babe,
especially when they're little.
Well, first off, shout out to Connor, who happens to be on your Instagram feed saying what's up, y'all. So Connor, if you like the shorts that Nana was wearing, just saying, homegirl right here. Her name's Anna, not Nerdy Mamas.
She is a woman behind the.
I know, which is super cool to be able to highlight your work. So I want to jump in, and so you started a cloth diaper business that obviously was anime focused, and I don't know, I imagine different themes. What inspired you to first off start your own business and second make it about cloth diapers?
So my husband actually at the time when we started dating, he was super into his own, like, he's got a very intricate little world. He had like a clothing line, a sneaker design. It was a whole lot, and it was really inspiring to watch. So like after I had our first, and we had decided to cloth diaper for a variety of reasons, and in my quest to try to find diapers that I wanted, because stuff is, there's cute stuff where it's like flowers and trains and things that are generic, but I was like, no, I really want something that's like more unique.
Yes.
And I wasn't finding it. And the stuff that I was finding was like $40, $50, $60 because they were like one of a kind, handmade, super, valid in the price, just like not something that you can afford a lot of, that's like a very special piece. So I wanted to come up with a way to like have designs that were nerdy, that I was drawing myself, because that's the other thing is I draw all the artwork for everything myself.
Wow. Holy shoot.
That was, I guess I always kind of forget that that's like the whole main part, but like that is the main thing, is that I do draw everything myself.
Correct.
Oh, so essentially you can draw me a skull design. Not that I'm looking to wear diapers anytime soon, but
But we could do, like, if I do leggings, I do bags, I do all sorts of stuff. Like these, I love these little like zipper baggies. Right now, this is like my sewing stuff, but they're great. There's so much stuff. You guys, I'll hook you up. You gotta let me know, girl. You're gonna knock that over.
Hey, no.
I think so. Have you always sewn, and have you always been an artist?
So now, so before I was doing cloth diapers, I had had the first 2 years of being a mom or whatever. And I was getting into sewing because I wanted to learn how to make clothes for the baby, but also I wanted to make costumes. I wanted to make cosplays. So from like 2015 until about the pandemic, things kind of died down. I was actually doing bespoke handmade cosplays for the longest time. I did a bunch of cosplays for my daughter. She did a bunch of really intricate ones. Like we did Poison Ivy from Batman and Robin.
Yep.
We did the Boogie Trio from Nightmare Before Christmas. Pretty much if she wanted to be it. Yeah, if she wanted to be it, I was all about it. We did Beetlejuice, we did Ghostbusters, whatever she wanted to be, I would make it. And then we were getting commissions. People were actually like hiring us to make their costumes, and they would go to cons. So then we would go to conventions and we would give panels. I'm sure when you go to cons, you see all the panels that go on. So I would typically do panels about like starting a small business, networking with people. And then we would usually do like a how to build or how to sew cosplays, because again, that's what we were doing. Me and my friend at the time, who is also like, she became a mom. She started using cloth diapers. So, but like I would take my oldest, we would go to conventions all the time. She kind of grew up for like a core part of her childhood going to cons and things like that.
Holy shoot.
So yeah. So the cloth diapers was just kind of like an evolution from that, because I was still wanting to do something that was nerdy, that was inspired by the things that like I love. So
yes.
Hey, oh, that was your head, girlfriend.
I love
that we have kids today.
But it just shows how like this is like unscripted, right? So like you got family, ironically, because nerdy mom is so like talking about nerdy stuff, and you also being a mom, like what I mean, like this is actually funny that it worked out like this.
It was even more serendipitous in the beginning, because like I had no idea how to do digital artwork. That was completely foreign to me when I started. I could only draw paper and pencil. That was just how I did it, my whole life. So I actually had a friend who also was a mom at that time, a young mom, who I would send her my drawings and then she would digitalize them. So like across the board, really tried to keep it like nerdy and mom oriented.
Yes.
The goal has always been to become some sort of a collective where I'm working with other small businesses, and it has worked out sometimes, but like keeping it going consistently has just been hard the last couple of years because of like, pandemic, and now importing costs are a little up in the air. So like certain, especially fabric-based businesses, it's a little right now. We don't know what's going on right now. We're just hanging out and kind of watching,
Go ahead, babe.
Nope, that's you.
No, I was gonna say.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
We're here to highlight you, girlfriend.
Nah, but that's what I was gonna say is like, I love that you said you go and talk about panels and how to like expand your own business. Like, I feel like that's something that's not really talked upon. Like, I've been to conventions and obviously numerous cons and stuff like that, but like, I haven't been to a panel. Like, how does one address that? Like, I want to just know about it. Like, how did you go about running those
Honestly, look, it's networking is networking no matter what you're doing, and basically anything that you do to create connections with people is networking. When you go to your cons and you're doing like, that's all networking. And when if you can present that in a panel, it's a really nice way to offer value, because I wasn't seeing these kinds of panels. I was always seeing like, which is valid, like, fandom specific oriented stuff, like who would win, Superman or Batman, let's debate about it kind of stuff. Or they'd have like cosplay meetups, which is all valid. But like, sometimes I started going to conventions when I was 10 years old. And when I was 10 years old, those were the panels that I wanted to go to. But then when I went to panels at 25 years old, those weren't the panels I wanted to go to. And I wasn't seeing it. So then I started, offering them up, and they started accepting them, and we started going, and it's really fun. It's just, it gets really expensive with travel, and it's not a paid gig. You're donating your time, for access to, so, especially when you have to travel really far. I mean, you guys know, well, actually, it's weird too, because you guys live in the tri-state area, right?
We're in like New England area.
Yeah.
So like,
right. I'm in Florida. It takes 15 hours to get out of this state. Like, we're never leaving.
I've done it.
But it's so cool.
I want to jump in here because obviously this show is about joy, but also is operating business as somebody who's operated money business and helped people start businesses myself. That takes a lot of confidence and resilience, because you will always run into roadblocks that you didn't anticipate, and you can meet with rejection, kind of like imagining starting up a cloth diaper business that is niche. Have you always been self-confident and chase things that bring you joy, or have you had to cultivate it? And if so, how were you able to do so?
Oh my gosh, no, like honestly, I just like to yap, and I'm really loud, and I'm Greek, and like I'm just here to tell you stuff. Like, you can tell me I'm wrong, but I'm gonna tell you stuff anyway. But like I said, like I wasn't seeing what I wanted to see, and I knew that like I couldn't be the only one that wanted it. So I was like, let's make it happen. But like, just exactly like what you said, it's it's about building confidence, and like 90% of the time, anytime we were at a convention, people be like, well, I have this idea. Do you think it's a good idea? And I'd be like, fuck yeah, it's a good idea. I'd just be gassing people up. Be like, yeah, do that shit. Like it was just like a hype session for like, and it was, even better when like we would get like a couple of days in a row, because we'd have people that would like come on Thursday, which is like a super quiet day at a 4-day convention. But then they would come back for Sunday, and they'd be like in like the very, very back of like the big room, and people would be packed in there. Like the first day we'd have like maybe 50 people, and the second day we'd have like 150 people, because they told people, oh, this was super cool. And then like it was super fun. We did 2000 and there was like a 3-year period where we toured pretty much every major con in Florida, doing like these we would just do these panels, and it was super, super fun. People were super receptive to it, and that's literally what it was. People would be like, I have this art that I make from like tin cans that I cut up and mosaic together. I'm like, yeah, definitely put that shit on Etsy. Like, get yourself a storefront. Oh, okay. The electricity didn't go out. The baby just, okay, we're good.
Oh,
but I love this because this is so important, because that's like, you're not gatekeeping the knowledge that you acquired.
Right.
Like, because too many times I think we see in the other narrative of like, oh, somebody made it successful, and they're just like, I'm going to keep it all to myself. So like, this is all me. I didn't. But it's like,
I'm a fan of gatekeeping to an extent, if that makes sense.
Well, that's the thing. There's certain things it's like it might make sense to, but like for the most part, this is doing the right way where you're not always keeping things to yourself.
Like, if you ask the right questions, I think you should receive the answers, but you shouldn't just be able to like, can you tell me exactly how to do this thing? Like, that's some things.
Yes,
baby.
Like, want to.
You want me to hold you?
You know?
You want to go in there? Hold on one second for me.
No, take your
Coming
time.
on
You're
me.
good. You're good. You're good. I love this because this
Well,
is
so
what
I
it's all
think
about.
to
I'm empezado.
Anna's point, what I really like is if you don't see what you want, create it for yourself, and
Yeah.
thinking about you and cons next year and what brings you joy,
Yeah.
marrying the two, fitness and cosplay, together, because we don't see people talking about fitness or creating a space where people can,
Mm.
learn how they can marry that.
Those two things.
Finding your interest and like two of your interests and figuring out how to create like a
Yes.
brand around it is like a really good skill to have in this day and age, which is exactly what you did. You got your fitness, you got your cosplay fandom love, and there you go.
It's so cool because this is awesome. Tyler and I, babe, we're talking about this today because he's going through the whole like, does he make a page focused on car selling stuff, or does he make a page which is like his regular stuff? And we were talking about like just like niche like content creation wise, and it's amazing because he's more like talking about like just how like his car stuff is just a different group or demographic that he gets versus like his regular stuff that he's just like comedic stuff. So I love that you guys brought that up because it just made more sense to me of like, okay, well, I'm going into both the fitness aspect and the cosplay, and then I mesh it together. It's like that's part of me. But then I also do have my car selling side, which is another thing. So like we're even talking about different platforms that it also like acquires too when it comes down to like TikTok is good for certain things, and then Instagram is good for certain things too.
Yeah, you definitely can't and different platforms evolve differently too. Like I was on TikTok when it was like Musically, and it was like strictly lip syncing.
Yep.
Like it's lip syncing like songs.
Yes.
And then when it became TikTok, it became like lip syncing skits.
Yep.
Like, like 6 seconds, like kind of like very Vine-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, there was a core part of like 2018, 2019 when cosplay on TikTok was like super popular. There was like this aesthetic that was like really popular, like with the creation of video style.
Yeah.
And it was super, super fun up until like the pandemic when everybody went in lockdown, and then everybody downloaded it so that it became like more mainstream.
Yep.
But like I look at content that I made from like 2019, 2018, and I'm like, that doesn't work on this app anymore. We can't do this. This is not allowed here.
But it's the growth. That's the thing, you have to figure it out. Like, okay, like even when you get into anything, it's like you don't know much about it. And I just found out today with the help of my friend Tyler, like how to like edit videos on TikTok. I'm like, bro, I've been trying to do these videos for a while, but like I don't know how to do it, and I'm not well versed.
Oh, like actually editing in TikTok?
Well, like just like using certain.
I've given up on that. It keeps eating my videos. I'm convinced it hates me.
It's crazy. Like I was like, oh man, like because I see his stuff and I'm like, I love his stuff. Like, and he's comedic as heck. So like I'm always like, yo, like how do you come up with these like ideas? And he's just like, oh, this is how you do it. I'm like, cool. I'm getting like
editing is a skill. Editing is a very, very nuanced skill. Very skillful skill. Not everybody's good at it.
To take part in, because going back to the Bright Side Chronicles, it does not bring me joy. And so I always tell people, you're gonna get the raw, unedited, unfiltered shit, or you ain't getting nothing at all.
You start a business because you want to love something, and then it's like, okay, well now I gotta write the emails, and I gotta post the social medias, and I gotta do all the stuff that's not the thing I wanted to do. Like I haven't picked up that iPad in weeks. I haven't drawn anything, but I've written a bunch of emails, and I've scheduled a lot of posts. Made a bunch of goofy videos.
But you know what? I think you bring up a really good point. And of course, I have a different perspective than most people because I study quantum physics and neuroscience.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, when we talk about nerdy mamas, I'm nerdy Kerri. Nana talks about cons, and I talk about quarks and atoms.
You're wild.
But
I love it.
Thinking about the bright side, what I learned when I started my business in the beginning, I was focused on all the things because I was a former corporate leader. So I had all of this help, and then it was just me, and I got lost in the sauce. And then I realized, okay, but if my vibration is highest when I'm in joy, then I have to either delegate out this stuff or don't do it at all. because if I stay in that joy, I'll attract whatever. And so for the listening audience, everybody does things differently. But what I would really encourage you to do is you can create anything successful as long as you're doing what brings you the most joy. Because to your point, Anna, about the conference, you attracted 150 people through word of mouth. And I think so often we get lost in this social media digital world where we have to, create content, email, and whatever. And I'm like, not really, because I get all my clients through word of mouth. That's it,
Right. Organic marketing is it's hard to do, but once you do it, it continues to build on itself, which is nice.
But I also think that goes back to my earlier question for you, Anna, is like building that self-confidence and being, comfortable in just being yourself, being a nerdy mama, liking cosplay, being comfortable, using cloth diapers, making things that bring you joy, trying things that bring you joy, because in doing that, you're staying true to your true character, which becomes a magnet for other people. That's how you ended up on our show, So
I'm trying to even remember. I feel like I started following along on some video of Nana's, and I can't even remember. And then we just started following each other, and I was like, "That's so cool."
It was probably random, but like it was just one of those things where, like, that's the thing with social media wise. It's like I'm big about.
I've met some of the coolest people on social media.
And the thing is, like, I feel like I always put like whatever I want, and if it attracts to someone, great. If it doesn't, that's okay. Like, I want to drop whatever I want to drop, and it made sense. And I think we started shooting the shit because I was like, oh shit, like your shit is cool. And then I was like, Brian, you offered to give me a free pair of I was like, I told Kerri, I was like, babe, like I've never gotten a free pair of like shorts.
That's how networking works, though. Like, not to be like selfish, but it's like I have a product that like is new. I need, some attention on. I need some feedback on. Yeah. Like, I go to the gym, but I go to the gym 3 days a week, and I do like normal stuff. I'm not like lifting heavy, but right. But like, if I want to like find a product and I'm like, I want this to work for people who are serious in the gym, I should find somebody who's serious in the gym to like, test it out. And like my sister, power lifts and deadlifts, but like, she don't know Doctor Who from like Dr. Stone. Like she she doesn't care. So like, I could ask her to do it, but like, to me, I get a little bit more like motivation, inspiration, whatever, when somebody's like, this is a good product, but also I guess I just want you to tell me that what I drew was really pretty.
No,
that's all it is.
It was, the thing is, like, I told Kerri, I was like, babe, we got to record, like, and she actually was like, we got to like make a little video or something like that. So like, that's how the idea came about of like recording me working out in it. And I was like, yo, these are comfy as hell. Like, people don't realize I'm like, I can move, and like, I bought gym shorts from, Amazon and stuff like that. And some of them are meh, but this one felt like it was like literally just comfortable, like snug, and it was like I could do the movements. And she trains me very hard, by the way. Y'all think I really work out? When I work out with this one over here, she's the one that puts me through the workout. So like, look at her smile, because
fabulous.
She put me through some.
Oh, I love it. Well,
pushes you to the limit. That's good.
Yes. Exactly. So here's the thing for the listening audience: when we talk about bringing joy to our lives, right? There's something quite satisfying to have a very buff 24-pack masculine man struggle through workout. I'm sorry. It's just like, and
she's describing every main character from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, by the way. I just want you to know that. So if you need an idea for a costume, just like, get your pose ready or something, because she's into it. She's into it. It's all fine.
Yeah, but you know what though? No, but in all seriousness, like, I love training you because you do the same for me, and we take turns like putting each other through workouts that we typically wouldn't do, because I'm more calisthenics and stuff and you're more weights and machines.
Yes.
So,
but I mean, that's the thing, is like, it just shows us how funny it is, because people don't realize I'm like, yeah, I train hard, but like, I feel like I get in more of a workout when I'm with you, because it's like, holy crap, like, we're doing these movements today, and I'd be like, I guess we're doing that. Like,
Well, you don't have a say in it. You can you don't get to tell yourself, I don't want to do that one thing that I know I hate. But she's like, I know he hates it. Now he's going to do twice as
well,
many.
Well,
right?
you know what's so funny is he sets himself up because he'll deadpan look at me and he's like, "Babe, you're in charge of the workout." And you look at you and I imagine think of a concept and like immediately come up with a creative image in your head.
Yes.
Me, you
10 Ways to Die, featuring
like toys. I get to play.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yo, I can't.
All right. Connor says he needs that training. Be careful, bro, because Nana's not kidding you. There are many of the days when he's just like,
yeah, no,
I don't even know what I just signed up for.
The booster ball and all these other ones. I'm like, hey, yo, like I thought we just go.
Well, because you know what? Side note, but I find, and this is a generalization, but I find men don't work on balance and stability, and they don't work on like
flexibility.
Yes, and all of those things long term are required to maintain optimal health because one, your I'm gonna forget what it's called. It's the layering over your muscle. That is
your fascia.
Yes. Thank you.
So fun fact about me, I'm actually a massage therapist. I've been a massage therapist for 15 years. That was actually like my original career before I was sewing costumes and things like that. Because there was a time between, high school and learning how to sew.
Oh my. Now we're gonna have to tap into that as well too. See, these are the hidden talents that I there's one thing to say, hey, you do this, but then there's like what other stuff, like what makes you who you are, you know what I mean?
But
I appreciate. Yeah, it's so funny. You think about like all the jobs that you have as a kid. Like I feel like that does shape you. Like if you worked in the food industry or if you worked in retail, like those experiences definitely like if you never worked in either of those industries, like if you never worked retail on Black Friday or if you never worked like New Year's Eve in a restaurant, I don't know.
Well, I also, you know what's interesting that you say that, Anna? I find that people, I know I do, but I have a lot more compassion for people in that industry because I did it and I understand. And, I always thought because I worked my way up corporate America, so I wasn't on the front lines. But
that's
the hardest job. I made more money to do less work. Sure, I could read spreadsheets and stuff, but to sit there and energetically exchange with other individuals nonstop all day, every day, that was a huge undertaking. And so shout out to all you retail and food workers. I see and appreciate you.
I mean, I did Walmart for 7 years, and I loved the job in the sense of like I got to just be myself at work. But there was like times like Black Friday, some people would be like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be scary as hell, and I'm over here like relishing. I
loved Black Friday at retail time because it's like it's your time to shine, especially so my retail job was GameStop.
Shit. Listen, you've always kind of done what's your jam, huh?
What?
Yes, baby. Yes.
GameStop is tough. I did not like that.
I worked Black Friday the year that the Wii released.
Yep.
And it was nuts. It was like The Walking Dead. Like they were like rattling the cages and like it was intense. But like there's not a single rush like checking out 175 customers in 67 minutes. You're just like doop, doop, doop. It's a rush.
But you know what's so interesting from an energetic standpoint, that's flow. Like I think about some of the times where you are just because I love people, and when I was in retail, like that your like instincts and that subconscious patterns kick in, and you were just in a groove. And when you can get to that place, I would come out so euphoric, totally.
Yep.
Sometimes because when you vibe with somebody, like when you find a customer that you're just like, oh, you and me, we're gonna have fun today, and it's a good time.
Well, that's what
100%.
Like when I was a cashier doing Black Friday, because we go there early in the morning, right, and it'd be like damn near like 2 a.m. waiting for the rush at like 6 a.m. So you're like almost like you ever seen like Game of Thrones when they're preparing for like the Night King to like get
calm before the chaos.
It felt like that. I was like, oh shit, But that's like literally like even with car sales, the end of the month, it's like 4 days before the end of the month, everybody's like buckling down for like, oh, we gotta get shit. And I'm like, bro, this is what we do on a regular basis. We shouldn't be waiting until the last minute to like, oh, let's do something, you know?
Okay, we have a surprise extra guest.
Oh shit!
I imagine is gonna love this
Wait,
conversation.
there's more.
Guys. Jeff be getting down with anime world too. See, I just here to listen
amazing.
now because I don't even know.
So we got Anna, we got Jeff here. Yo, this is about to be a Mario party, like fucking Super Smash Bros or some shit.
Yeah, for you guys, I'm gonna just sit here and
nah, you good.
For the moderator, I'll be the moderator.
No,
I only got part of it. You guys were talking about Black Friday and Walmart.
Yes. Yes. Tell
us.
Tell us about your experience. Like,
swapping retail war stories. This is it. I'm locked in. Let's go.
Well, first off, real quick to the listening audience, shout out to our amazing friend Jeff here, who is. Are you Reiki master? I know you're lots of Reiki stuff, but you know you're
Reiki. Nice.
Oh yeah,
very cool.
He's a jam. We love Jeff, and he also I think is an anime head, right?
Yes.
I mean, I'm Japanese, so
I don't want to assume because that makes me an ass.
It was part of the training, isn't it? Like you guys get like a whole course in that.
It's not, but it absolutely should be because we talked about this last time, Rana, where there's like so much in anime that talks about real world shit. Like you can learn how to run energy through so many different things. Like there's so much.
Literally, the entire premise of Sailor Moon was how do we get energy from one place to another place?
Yo, you see that?
But we have to do it differently every single time. Go 150,000 episodes.
It's literally like Naruto, right? Naruto talks about chakras all the time, and Kerri talks about that, and I'm like, babe, like literally, the anime is about what you talk about. But okay, we just don't pretend that.
Listen, I am absolutely happy to support you, make costumes for you.
She's like, you're never gonna get me. There's one anime for everybody. I'm convinced. You can find one anime for every person. There is not a single person that can't find one they like.
I guess
they're lying.
Don't they have a golf anime now? Like that's
they have an everything anime. There's an anime for like hobby crafting. I was like, what? Like knitting. I was like, yes. They like spin their yarn and they knit stuff, and it's like every episode's a new creation. It's like I'll watch that while crocheting. It's good.
All right, Jack, tell us your war story of Black Friday.
Oh no, he froze.
Wait, is it?
There it is.
He's frozen. He'll come back.
Okay. Damn. I was.
You know what it is? His energy's so fired up and on point. He's shooting down.
It's by the circuit. Wait, Jeff.
It's trying to catch up. If you went too fast.
You hang up and you got to call back in. Like phone a friend.
Phone a friend.
Yeah.
But
Go ahead.
Oh no.
That is so why like I bring it back in. Totally lost my thoughts.
Wait, how do you get Jeff back on? Do we have to like get him out and then get him back in here?
Yeah.
Kerri, I think it was a super long delay and he just realized that
Oh, okay. I was like, damn.
My name is Jeff.
I'm over here like I'm excited like hear about this. Okay.
There he is.
You back?
Here he comes.
There you go. We were excited to hear about your war story, or not war story, but like your stories or whatever.
So I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Black Friday because a lot of the stuff is like right before they'll mark it up and then they'll bring it down. So it's like practically the same price.
It's the same thing that they've been doing all year, and they just amplify it because people are going to buy into it.
Okay, Black Friday now is not the same. Y'all don't know. I don't know how old y'all are. Me and Kerri both know. You don't know. No, things would be discounted. Like legitimately, you'd be getting TVs for $50. TVs that were $500 were literally $100. People would be getting into fistfights over cotton towels that were like $1 each. Like it was insane. It was nuts.
But the funny thing
Black Friday now sucks. I'm sad for all of you.
The day before you're talking about how you're thankful for everything, and then it's like 8 hours later.
I hate it.
What are you talking about?
It's literally the worst holiday in the world, but they made us be there, so we gotta like
that's crazy.
It's
rally around it.
Holiday.
It is
For sure.
I mean, but you know what? Listen, okay, guys.
Like I'll put my tinfoil hat on right now. We can discuss the moral implications of overconsumption and consumerism and how it's killing the planet. I'm for it.
Whoa.
I legit took off this beanie before this call because I was like, I don't know if this is the vibe, but this is, instead of a tinfoil hat, it's a silver lined EMF blocking beanie.
Yeah.
That is super cool.
That's
Well,
nice.
you know what? It's interesting. So a couple things to point out. One, fabric, clothes are one of the least recycled resources on the planet. So I totally
So all of my diapers are made from recycled material because it's crazy how much isn't, like all of this material that doesn't get used, but like we can actually make stuff that's recyclable. So you get something that's reusable, that's made with some recycled material. And like, okay, so there's a whole thing about recyclability because there is like a cyclical life cycle of fabric. So if you make everything out of recyclable material, it can like kind of backfire, which is why no matter what it is, you should use it as long as possible, no matter what, whether it's made from recycled material, whether it's completely renewable, just use it as long as possible. I think the biggest things to avoid is shit like, somebody has like square glass bottles, but then you want like circle glass bottles because somebody else has them. So now you have to replace all of your, like that kind of shit. Like that pisses me off. Like I've got opinions about consumers, especially like with cloth diapering, because the main core tenet of it is the sustainability. And for a lot of people, that's not a big like reason for it, but I think it is like a very important aspect of it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Especially when like, you wear a shirt for like 6 months and then it sits somewhere for 50 years.
That sounds like my
not
closet.
His closet until
relax.
Wait a minute, side.
Your closet's contained. That's fine.
Cosplay stuff. Literally, I finally convinced him. I'm like, can we donate this heinous shirt that doesn't fit around one of your biceps anymore, so I can have more room for your cosplay costumes? Because right now, one's got to go.
You know what?
But you could turn that into another cosplay somehow, like just a distressed version of whatever it was before. We can keep it going.
Oh yeah.
So I have a pair of shorts that have been ripped, but it's like the ripped SpongeBob shorts now. So it's like
perfect.
Like you rip this kid, like type of shit. So like we just gonna keep that in the closet for now.
You know what?
Battle worn SpongeBob.
This is the Bright Side Chronicles. Do you all want to know what one of my bright moments is?
Go ahead.
Thick thighs, ripped pants. So at least one.
Oh, that was.
Nana comes to me and he has a huge rip in his crotch area. He's like, babe, another pair of pants. And I'm like, yes. And I'm like, I bet people appreciated that.
Rest in peace to these pants, bro. Rest in peace to these. Nah.
See, those could be a Hulk cosplay pants.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh, that's so good. I love it.
So don't throw out your ripped clothes, guys. Give them to your cosplay friends. We'll do something weird with it.
I love it.
Like,
yes, baby.
Nah,
I'm good in here. Are you good over there?
That's crazy. Yo.
So real quick, Jeff, I don't know if you were on in the beginning, but Anna, not only does she make cloth diapers, which are anime themed, she hand draws or creates all of the images, but now she makes like gym shorts and fitness gear and other stuff. Yeah, so she gave those. Hang on, babe, I'm gonna highlight you. She gifted those to Nana.
Okay, huge missed opportunity though. Right at the crotch seam, there should be Shenron's like face. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? The reason. Okay, so that was actually the dragon one was the very first design I ever made, and the whole battle that I regularly have to come to, is copyright infringement. I don't have a copyright agreement. I don't have thousands and thousands of dollars to. No. It's all fan art, right? So like I have to toe the line. Like sometimes I toe the line, like I toe it very well. Like Doctor Who's not coming after me for this. And sometimes I say I'm gonna be a little bit more spicy. Ooh. Sometimes I come at it and I'm like dangerous. So like the dragon thing, I was like, I can't put his face in there. I'm gonna put the balls in. I feel like balls are more important than face anyway, right, Kerri? Right?
100%.
So like we put those in there instead. And like it's such a good, I'm sorry, it's such a good design. Like it's really like it's very universal. I've turned it into clothes. I've turned it into baby carriers. Like this is also one of mine. She's asleep right now. But like
I love
you know,
that.
it's gotten a lot of mileage and I love it.
Dude.
Okay,
That's
so
cool.
you do baby carries. Wow, you really do sew a lot of stuff.
So I don't sew these ones. These are actually made by a factory out in Poland. But they weave. It goes into like this really big machine, and they loom it, and it's really really cool to watch because it's like you know how like in Minecraft they can make like super intricate stuff, but it's like a weaving pattern, and they can like turn the design into the fabric, and it's like actually woven in there, so it's not printed on. It's like different fiber colors and stuff. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
I love that so much.
So I can't do that,
but you were smart enough to research and source it out, right? Because that's still your design.
Right, that's been that's super fun. It's like a scavenger hunt game. Like I know what I want to make. Who can make it happen? We gotta find my team of experts.
Oh, good. You can find anybody to make my business logo because they keep telling me I have to change it. And I'm like, I'm not changing my business logo. I created
Why?
it.
Who's they? Who's they? I have a problem with authority, so
I do.
But like
there's a reason why Jeff and myself and you are all in business for ourselves, and because Nana does his own stuff even when he's in corporate.
I just live life, bro. That's at the end of the day, like I'm like, what you see is what you gonna get. Like at the end of the day, like
I feel like you would sell more cars if you dressed as SpongeBob. I'd buy a car from a guy dressed as SpongeBob before I get from anybody else on the lot. I'd be like, that's the guy I want to buy from right there.
There was one day that one Halloween because it's our end of the month or whatever. And I dressed up as Dora the Explorer, and I sold 3 cars that day. I was like, now you can say you bought a car from Dora the Explorer. It was the funniest shit because, like, it
so
just
funny.
It was
Si se puede.
You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna bring the map. You're gonna buy this car real quick. That's how we go. Just to go from there.
Oh
so,
my god!
It was pretty epic. But like, I mean, I think people at this point understand that like when they meet me, I'm like, I'm just a guy that's just trying to help out and figure it out, and I get to be that. And then even having like the yellow hair is just like it's this alarming, so it doesn't scare people of like, oh, he's intimidating. I'm like, I can't be that intimidating with yellow hair and yellow glasses, but okay.
Wait, you know what? Interestingly enough, though, you did get pushback for having colored hair.
Yeah.
And this actually is a great question I have for both Jeff and Anna, because when we are thinking about tapping in joy, which I know Jeff knows about, like joy is a high vibrational energy. You want to, you don't want to bypass, but like when you're in joy, you're a magnet to stuff.
Correct.
How have you navigated being challenged for doing what feels right for you within any area of your life? For you, babe, it would have been your work.
But I mean,
I'm gonna let Jeff answer first, Nana first.
No, go ahead. Y'all good.
The question I always ask is, am I coming from a place of should? Or do I want to? And if it's the should, there's conditioning and I'm out of authenticity. I'm out of alignment. And so that is always like my North Star, right? Is this, if I feel like I should, then to question what am I up to and do I want to be in this space? Because if it's, then I'm usually forced and then I'm not a happy person. And that exudes from me.
Good. That's
now it's my turn.
Go ahead.
Do you have an answer?
Well, honestly, I feel like it depends on like where you're at in life, because you have to maintain positivity, but you also have to maintain like reality. Like sometimes there's things that I should do that I do need to do, I don't want to. And it's really hard. And like you gotta it's hard because you have to balance that I had a blank. I'm sorry. I had 3 kids. I got Swiss cheese brain. But like that's the thing. Like, you got, I think it's easier to be creative and it's easier to choose joy when you aren't being depended on by like small little people or whatever. So like, but that's why it's really important to lean into your authenticity, like when you're young, when you're growing up, when you're a young adult, because like that's the time that you don't have to worry about like the shoulds that you can ignore.
Correct.
So that you can focus on like doing as much as like what you want without being hindered by the expectations of other people. Because then, you know, you have kids and then there's too many expectations. Like I can't give them chicken nuggets, and you know, there's like certain things that I just need to do, you know.
But it's interesting because I guess it's, listen, my 2-year-old nephew just walked up to me and said, "You a bad bitch, Kerri." Now I'm gonna keep it real. He said that because
it was good context. I mean, he's using it correctly. That's to me, that says that he is highly developed, you know, emotionally and intelligently. So like, go off.
Yeah, and so for me, and I always, and Nan and I view this very differently, like because there, to a degree, we can get different characters in different situations. Whereas me, my character is 100% Kerri in any situation. So my kids hear the dirty jokes; they are totally disgusted by me and Nana all the time. They, you know, but that's just what brings that for me feels right. There's not a right or wrong thing, but I 100% agree with you, Jeff. Like the minute you tell me I should do something, you can should that right out the door. That ain't ever gonna
Problem
happen.
With authority.
I'm like, nah. And actually, I was having this conversation earlier today with Gail Kraft, and she was talking to me
I miss
about.
Gail.
I know she's in San Diego. She's doing well, but we were talking about like people projecting onto individuals, and I was telling her a story because I happen to say, you know, Kerri's building a booty because I don't want pancake ass like my family. And I had some guy that PM look at me in the gym and was like, "I'm sorry, honey, that's genetics. You stuck with it." And I was like.
Now you're gonna grow the biggest booty ever just because you said you couldn't. That seems valid to me.
I mean, and that's
look, spite is a valid form of motivation. We joke about it all the time as cloth diapering parents, where people are like, "Oh, you asked for cloth diapers, but I'm gonna buy you disposables because you're just not gonna be able to do it." And then people are like, "Fucking watch me!" And then they like conquer and dominate. It's the best. I've got friends that like were in that situation, and now she owns like a successful cloth diapering business herself. She's like, "Yeah, I really couldn't do it."
Like,
and that's the thing is my twin sister and I both been very, very
twin
successful.
sister, there's 2 of you. I love it. Well, not really. There's only one you, but like that's so cute.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is we both
like a built-in bestie. I love
it. We are. That's my person for sure.
Crazy.
How am I just learning that you have a twin?
What happened?
How am I just learning that you have a twin?
Wait, what the hell?
Bro, what the? Nah, this is crazy.
That's insane. I don't know.
So funny.
But no, Ellen and I have definitely achieved success because in our family, we were told we couldn't, and we said, "Watch us," and both of us totally did.
That's amazing.
Just went after it. But
yeah,
I mean,
we sure did.
Going back to the authentic thing, like, you know, like obviously having like the yellow hair, right? People come up and they always joke, "Oh, well, what are you, Dennis Rodman?" I'm like, at least he won championships, because I mean, I don't know.
He was so creative.
He won championships, so I could consider myself a winner. You know what I mean? In that sense of like, maybe that might be the ill pun, the joke, but like I don't take it offensive. I just was like, I like to dye my hair yellow because actually I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan, as you can tell. So like that's where the Goku yellow, even the outfit obviously represents that. So like, I just think it's
tiger.
funny.
It could be, what is it?
The tiger.
Tony the tiger.
Nah, they're not great. They're definitely not great. Yo, but I think that's the whole, like, being authentic to myself is like, I didn't worry too much about whatever people's perception was when I went to go dye my hair or, you know, change my glasses into a different color because I wanted to rock a different color. Like, it was never like I gotta appease somebody else's expectation. And going back to the should, like, I always get like the idea of like, if somebody challenges me to something, it makes me more excited to be like, I'm gonna break that wall and prove myself that I can do it more than proving them that I did something else. You know what I mean?
Everyone's got to tell you what you should do. Like, they tell you should grow up and you should stop watching cartoons and you should stop playing video games and you should stop dressing up. But like, those are all really bad ideas. I feel.
100%. I told you should, like, for me, does it bring me joy? Great. I'm interested. I have this question and I'd be curious to hear what you have to say about it too, Jeff. Maybe I've asked it of you in the past, but how have you, we tend to dig in and spite and like grit it out and stuff, but how do you deal with haters? Because each of us, like, I was told I could not have a coaching mental health business with a skull as a business logo, and I said, watch me. And you started a cloth diaper business where I know there's a lot of people like, you can't do it. So how do you navigate when people are telling you what you can and cannot do? What do you do for yourself?
That's hard because like when you're not seeing like results all the time, and that's the thing about like anything, everything's a journey and there's so many constraints when it comes to business. Like I'm a product-based business. I'm not a service-based business.
Yeah.
A service-based business has a huge profit margin because you have a low overhead cost. A product-based business, especially a product-based business like mine, that's super niche and nuanced, very, very small profit margins. It's a slow-moving business, it's a niche business, and sometimes people just don't get it, and it's really frustrating when you feel like your messaging is off, which is why like it can be overwhelming, and you gotta, like what we were talking about earlier about like delegating things that don't bring you joy. But I think also, I'm a Gemini, so I'm very like whimsical, but also like, but seriously, let's be whimsical in a serious sense. But like, you look at other businesses that are doing stuff and they've got 10, 15, 20 people that are actually doing all of that stuff. And then when you're working on a project, whether it's a cosplay or whatever, you're one person who's doing all of the parts of it, the planning, the designing, the sourcing the materials, all of this stuff.
Yes.
Like it's daunting and it's overwhelming and it's crazy, but you just kind of like, you tell yourself it's not supposed to be done by one person. And then the stuff that you do get done, it's like, I fucking did that shit. Like, like you just, but it takes perspective and it takes people to point it out to you sometimes. It takes opportunities like this to like kind of talk about it. Like, it's not something that like, unless you're actively doing it. And I'm not like, I'm super like woo-woo without being super woo-woo, if that makes sense. Like I told you, I'm a Gemini. I'm a contradiction. I'm a walking like, what the fuck? But like, so like I can get with it, like manifest that shit, positive, all of these things are super valid. But like, it's all about your intention. It's all about like, and sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it's just everything sucks and you failed and we'll just try again tomorrow, like
reset.
Yes.
Wait, what that?
That looks really good.
What did you say, Kerri?
Do you want to add anything?
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, and we get to choose which ones linger around us.
Cling on us. Cling on. Oh, look, I was able to reference some sci-fi crazy stuff.
That's real shit. That's real shit.
No, but you know what? I want to highlight to the listening audience something that Anna said that is so profound and I believe critical for anybody to experience a joy-filled life. One, you're the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Energy begets energy. Like you're attracting that. And 2, the reality is are you surrounding yourself with individuals who are expanding themselves and as a result can lift you up on those moments when you feel like you're falling short? Or are you around people who are tearing you down and don't believe in your vision? And Nana has watched me, much like you, Anna, go through the wars and the trials of business, particularly because I did it my own way. I refused to subscribe to the narrative that I needed to do it a certain way. But it's those people who carry me forward just because of the love and support and believing in me, even when things feel really hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you tell me I can't do something, that energy is so much different from the friend that's like, okay, that's going to be hard. How do we do that?
How are you going to do it? Right.
The question matters so much more than the judgment or the projection of their belief, right? Just because they can't do it doesn't mean you can't.
True.
100%.
Well, it's conversation. When you say you can't do something, you're stopping the conversation. When you ask, okay, I don't know how you can do that. Do you know how you can do that? You're allowing it to continue. And I think like, okay, so if you don't do something and you don't fail at it, okay, well now we know we can't do it that way. So what else can we try? Like, it's important to fail. You have to think about it that way. Like, failure can come with a lot of repercussions, especially like money and things like that. Like, that's really hard to get over and like really come to terms with. But like at the end of the day, a failure is a way to learn.
It's a gut check. It's a little benchmark of like, okay, well, we didn't get past it this time, but how do we keep growing from that? And I think that's the thing. Even going back to the haters question is, you block them out like with anything, right? You just okay. There's gonna be
it's a two-way thing because you can kill them with kindness.
Correct.
You can hit back at them, and right now I think we're in a climate on the internet where people just want to see blood sometimes. And it's really tempting to slide, but it's really tempting to slide into that like reactionary type content. But that's goes along with like, consumer habits, like consuming content that you view, consuming things that you buy. It's all consuming.
Yes. And that all molds into you. You know what I mean? That's to kind of go from there. Like if somebody is big into like positive stuff, you're only really focused on that. It shifts that mindset. So versus somebody that's very caught up in whatever it is, that's a different mindset. You know what I mean? So like the haters question, like I have people that love my stuff, which I'm grateful for, and I have people that don't like my stuff, which I'm also grateful for because it let me know that, hey, maybe they're just in a different pace of life. That's all,
Well, two things. One, when it comes to consumer habit, this is a tip that I'm going to give everybody out there because this is real talk. You need to learn to be by yourself because you are a slave to no one when you can sit with yourself and be alone. It doesn't matter. Like, I love my Nana. I definitely love Jeff. This is an amazing conversation. And Anna, you're awesome. But I can sit happy in my own life. And in that, I'm not clicking bait. I'm not trying to feed some internal void, which then sucks me into this external pressure to be in relation with people that don't serve me, shop all the time to fill that dopamine need, et cetera, et cetera. So that's just a tip that I would encourage people because true joy is pervasive, even when you're in the throes of sadness and suffering. And I'm sure Jeff can attest, I can appreciate to what you said about failure, Anna, the lesson while going through the hardship, but still appreciate the journey, even though I'm in discomfort. You cannot do that if you keep tapping for a dopamine hit because you don't you're not able to really experience what's coming up for you to really teach you about how strong you are. But with that said, we're running down the clock. Two things. Anna, you're definitely welcome to join again. Should you have enjoyed this conversation, because you were totally me and Nana's and Jeff's vibe. The second, well, I don't want to speak for Jeff. I know I can speak for Nana, but I imagine he didn't hang up on us. So
I'm looking for Anna right now.
He didn't leave. My nerdy mama's everywhere.
Nerdy mamas, yeah, it's on the banner. But that's the other thing is, how can people who enjoyed this conversation support your small business, Anna? And, where do you anticipate your business going? Because I know you're pivoting out of diapers, or you're doing diapers, but you're expanding into gym wear stuff. So, talk to us a little bit before we wrap up about how we can support you.
Well, obviously, as a product-based business, going to my website, checking out my stuff, even if something is not, something you want, if you know somebody who's a fan of a certain anime and, send them the website, share content, views, comments, free ways to support any small business, like our posts, engage with us, tell us we're funny when we make a little skit online. It makes us feel better, like give us a little pat on the back. But like, just, check out the work, spread the good word, and, be kind. And if you have a friend that says, hey, I'm having a baby and I don't know what to do, you say, I don't know either, but I know a great way that you could save some money on diapers. Like, be supportive.
Yes.
I love that. Well, that's true, guys. Local businesses, it's that time of year. And I have to say, I appreciate anybody who, is doing what feels good for them, creating, right? You sew, you do the drawings, you're always innovative, looking for new ways to create. So that's a beautiful thing. So please check Anna out. And what else? Anything else you got, babe? Jeff, I got nothing but love for you. I'm so happy you joined.
I just want to say that for the good second half of this, I was scrolling through your Facebook, Kerri, to try to find your twin. I had to scroll till September of 2019 to find a photo of both of you together.
She's hiding it. She's hiding it.
No, she's on my profile picture. She's the one who's looking at my back that says the happiest girls in the prettiest.
Wait a minute.
It's like, wait a damn minute.
That is so funny.
I am blind and ignorant to this, so I'm just really in that.
No, but anything you want to add, Nana?
No, I was gonna say I just really, really enjoyed this conversation because it was just really nice to just obviously talk to Anna, and that's how it's pronounced, Anna, babe, not Anna. We just hear it the whole time. Anna.
It's what it's okay.
I got you.
It's a regional dialect. We can't tell Kerri that she can't use her regional dialect. It's okay. I'm okay. Exactly.
Myself, and it was just super cool to even have Jeff pop in here. I was like, oh shit, like that's so fucking cool. Like it means a lot that you guys showed up, and I love that people get engaged about and get excited about these conversations, and I'm just grateful for it. That's all. And
that's the thing for the listening audience. It is about joy. It's about coming together in community to have conversations about creation and joy and what brings you happiness. And so again, Anna, you have the link anytime you're like, I got nothing to do when my kids are sleeping. I'm gonna jump in and
well, I never got nothing to do. One's over here. I got this one to knock out. So
you never know. All right, guys. Until no, we will not be here next week.
Next week is Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Thanks to begin.